Hello and welcome to the Soulful Mamas podcast. You're with Maria and welcome to this day, 22nd of December. And for us in the Southern Hemisphere in New Zealand, that means it is Summer Solstice. And I'm just coming on to do a very brief episode, a little bonus episode if you like, just sharing a little bit about what Summer Solstice is for me and my family and what we do. Like everything that I share, it's never a shoulding. It's, you interpret it and you make it fit for you, your family, your way. And these are just ideas. And I have, over the years, done my own learning and inner knowing of what that is for me. And I'm just sharing that so you can, some of this might really resonate and you might be able to also apply some of these things or maybe you already do it or maybe not. And that's all cool. I just find that at this time for us in the Southern Hemisphere, Summer Solstice definitely gets overshadowed by Christmas because they're only a few days apart, whereas Winter Solstice for us is its own event. It has its own energy around it, and we can mark that the darkest day, the shortest day and the longest night with various festivals and celebrations. And in New Zealand we have Matariki as well, which is a different festival but similar qualities with the light and going within and that reflective time ready for the light to return, which it does at Winter Solstice. We've reached that darkest day, and that's where you are now in the Northern Hemisphere. And for us in the Southern, we've reached the longest day, shortest night, which means the time when we're getting the most amount of light from the sun coming onto the planet. And then every day from now on, it will get slightly less until we reach Winter Solstice, where we have the least amount of light. So the word solstice itself actually means sun stands still. So solstice, summer solstice on the, say that many times fast. Summer solstice is on the 22nd of December, but the day before and after is also in this solstice portal, if you like, the energy of it, and of that sun standing still. So if you actually stop and take note, there is a quality of stillness and pausing about us in nature. However, very rarely do we really truly tune into this at this time of the year because we are so caught in the energy of Christmas, which in the days leading up to it is generally very busy. Lots of events and celebrations and shopping and wrapping presents and baking food and all of that. It can be quite hectic if you're juggling working and children and social events, and it's so busy, and you kind of think, I'll just get through Christmas and then I can kind of breathe out. So it means that for the solstice, we don't really give ourselves that opportunity for that pause, that sun standing still, that little sacred pause. And I've found over the years that's important for me and my family. because our Christmas is quite busy. When we're with the family, extended family, and it's amazing and crazy and chaotic and all of those things that most of us experience, full on though. And I have found when we truly drop into that time around summer solstice, we go a little bit more quiet, and so we're more in pottering mode. We're still preparing for Christmas, if you like, and we're still preparing for travelling because we're usually away at Christmas time. But it's conscious pottering, if you like. So it's not frenetic, it's not going to lots of events. And if we go to something, it's a real conscious choice of, is this going to be the best thing for us to do in this moment? And as you know, when the children were younger, it was very much more so that we stayed put. So really honouring that time. And in that, it's an opportunity to reflect from solstice to solstice. So from winter solstice, so from June to now, that 6-month period, how's that been? What have we done? What haven't we done? And you kind of look back and think, wow, look what we did do. That's pretty intense. Or there might be some heavy things in that as well. And it's an opportunity for them to come up and actually let go of them. So we always have a fire on solstice night, outside fire. And it's just, that is an opportunity to throw whatever that is, that stuckness from that past 6 months or beyond if it's continued from previous 6 months, to basically throw it into the fire, that it can be transformed into something new. And when you make that conscious choice to release something, then it creates a space for something else. And that space is that new energy, the new intentions that you want to bring forth for this next period, solstice to solstice. So that's what we do. It's about letting go of the things that are still stuck there and creating space for the new things that we want to bring in. And it's like planting seeds. And when you speak them out loud, or you write them down, or you inwardly sit with them, you are giving voice to them and sending it up to whatever. And they can be received in whatever way. So we have our fire, we have a great, nutritious, nourishing solstice feast with all of the vibrant colours of summer, lots of yellow and red and orange, lots of fruits, pineapples and oranges and watermelon and strawberries and all of those yummy things. And both the kids choose what they want on the menu. And yeah, it's a real nice, it's light because it's just the four of us, but it's quite, there's no pressure and expectations. There's not the pressure of the the gifts or the traveling somewhere or trying to please everybody else. It's a moment of breathing out. And I find that when we do this, well, for me, we always do it. It's a non-negotiable now. It's what we do. And it fills us up, like that fills our hearts and souls and cups and all of that, so that when we go into Christmas and travel to see the family, we are better equipped and we're ready, which is really helpful. And what else do we do? I'm just trying to think of other tips I can tell you, but the main thing is the food. We always have a new beeswax candle for solstice that we light, and yummy food, fire, and water. We always usually we go to a beach and swim and play, and every year we've made mandalas on the shore, so out of whatever treasures, stones or driftwood or flowers, whatever is around. This year we won't be going to the beach, but we will be going down to the stream on our property and doing the same thing. So it's part of the tradition of having a bit of a swim, and acknowledging the kudos to the water energy and the fire, and just bringing all the elements in. And so there's a homage to the nature's kingdom, basically, and that pause of true gratitude, and obviously to the sun, particularly on that time, because without the sun there is no life on this planet. So it makes us stop and think, wow, you get so busy doing all the things that we do and all the balls that we juggle, and you don't really think about those other realms or aspects that actually enable us to be on this planet. And there's many, it's not just the sun, but that's one crucial part, and obviously water and that life force that flows through everything and everyone. So I think when you get too busy in the Christmas lead up, it's easy to forget this. And when you're trying to instill some sense of awe and wonder and gratitude and reverence into your children's lives, and obviously to your own, we need to lead by example. And what do we do to create these pauses? And this summer solstice is such a gift, I find, because it enables us to have that sacred pause in this time. And it doesn't mean you need to completely stop everything for 3 days or even 1 day, but the more you put your awareness onto it, the more you create the space, the time and the space for that to unfold. It's quite interesting how it happens. I mean, we've been doing this since the children were really young, making that we don't do anything, we don't make big commitments on solstice day around that time. And it's great because we each know and we look forward to that bit of breathing out, and it's a little bit of releasing too. You release some of the old stuff and creating space for the new stuff, if you like. But it helps with that lead up into New Year's, which is generally the time in the Western world anyway, where we 1st of January, a new year, so everyone has their New Year's resolutions. But sometimes it's so fleeting and in the moment, and you have a big list of everything that you want to do or not do, and it's not always sustainable. So people get a little bit discouraged with the concept of New Year's resolutions. But really, if you think about it, it's a time where there's a huge amount of people on the planet putting their intentions, if you like, out there. So there's this collective energy of people wanting to shift something or change something or be something or bring in something. And I think it's pretty neat if we can harness that. It's like prayer. When a group of people pray, or a city or a country, that is felt on an energetic level, and it does shift And same with meditation. When there's a group of people meditating together in that stillness, that also creates a calming effect, a ripple out effect for people around them, not just directly, but far away as well. So I think, this is not scientifically proven. This is just my thoughts around intentions, resolutions at New Year's, but there's got to be something to it. So perhaps if we start at summer solstice and we are getting rid of some of that old stuff and taking time to have that little pause and really think about what we're grateful for, what we want to get rid of, what we're truly appreciating and grateful for, and what do we want to bring forth? What do we want to bring in? Or what don't we want to bring in? And it creates the pathway to New Year's where you can really solidify whatever that intention is, and there can be more substance around it at a greater depth around New Year's, perhaps. Anyway, that's my musings on that. But I wish you all a beautiful day, beautiful summer solstice day, and I would love it. I would love to hear what you do if you celebrate this and what you do. That would be amazing. So share with me. And if you want more ideas, I've kind of glossed over what we do. Like I say, I don't like telling or shoulding, but these are just ideas. So if you want more, also let me know, and I'm really happy to share that. But if nothing else, do take some time today to have that little sacred pause where you can just be in even if it's just a few minutes stillness. And even how amazing would it be if you were up with the sun rising, or there when the sun was setting on that day, and it's just a little space, a little sacred space, a little sacred pause that you can gift yourself. So have a beautiful day, and I wish you a wonderful Christmas and Christmas period. Fill your souls as much as you possibly can, and I will see you again soon.